It's a long time since I've spoken to this fella in a pit lane. It's also a long time since I've seen you with that face of yours when you got out of the car. Emanuele, you may be a retired professional, a three-time Le Mans winner, but when you get out of a race car, you went through the same process. You talk to the Pete, you talk to Jerome, you talk to the engineer, you never lose it.
I tell you, the pleasure is more mine than yours, and I would like to say hi to the whole team. Unlike you, I keep hearing and seeing you in the races. Since we last left, I have done a large number of historic races, Goodwood and historic Le Mans and so on. But this is, although we are really running a very amatorial operation, it's a real race. It's a car that you can push. You can try to find your own limit, and it's super cool. This is really the other end of long distance races. We had the privilege to do it at the top end, which is an incredible journey that you appreciate it. I did appreciate it while doing, I have to say, but even more later, because you see how difficult it is to fall into that time frame where you could fall into such a long competitive journey. But this is also a good way to race with a bunch of friends. Everybody gives what he has, and there's no sponsor, there's no spare. I was just on the telephone trying to find in Italy a spare alternator because we only have one, and so the real target is to finish the race and to do the best we can. And it's good to smell and live the two extreme of motorsport.
The other thing I would think, Emanuele, is racing with your son Cris. You don't get to do that very often. Have you raced together before?
We did race a similar car 2 years ago with the same friend Greg Mills in South Africa, with the other son Goofy, with whom I raced Goodwood last weekend. They're both engineers. We decided not to incentivize them to become racing drivers, not because we don't believe in motorsport, but to make a profession out of motorsport, you have to be really good, and to assess how good you are is so difficult. I experienced this, by looking at the young drivers, especially when I was at McLaren. From good to very good is such a fine line that can make you become a professional racing driver or not. So thank God they became both engineers, which actually, this is what I really wanted to become when I was a kid. And one works in F1, the other one in F4. We are a close family. We talk about motorsport every day and night. And whenever we have the opportunity, also they have the opportunity to prove me that they could somehow make it. It's a good thing.
Now then, show everyone your hat, Emanuele. Team Africa Le Mans. That's the team name. Tell us a little bit about the team and the name and where they came from.
The team is it's been founded by Greg Mills, who is a gentleman actually who competed in 2 World Karting Championship with me in 78 and 79 in Le Mans and Estoril, and we got in touch about 15 years ago. He's doing completely different life. He's an intellectual person working to create peace in the African countries and also in the Middle East country. He's a super smart guy with a passion. But he's South African, and in South Africa things are done in a South African way, with low means, with a lot of will. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is. I think we went through in these 2 days actually through issues that would have put a big team on their knees, but we're still hanging on. And so with his own resources, he put together a group of friends, Jan Lammers, Jerome Blackamolen, myself and him, just for the sake of trying hard and making. First, the big thing is making it to here with all the logistic things that for professional people, this is routine, more or less, but to organize everything from scratch, it's a big challenge. So poor Greg Mills he's also got an injured knee because he fell off the bike while training for this race. So this is the good part.
Thanks for talking to us, Emanuele. No doubt we'll get a chat during the race. Thanks.